The great collective demagoguery is this, that life is beautiful. That's it. As simple as that. That human life is beautiful, valuable, worth it. That human life, human birth, is a gift. The whole great collective demagoguery is built around that narrative. Its most honest versions maybe soften their lie just enough to admit that human life is, in reality, suffering for the most part. But even they somehow claim to know how to get rid of that. Even they lie to you about control, purpose, free will, something you supposedly have, something that supposedly denies reality. Reality being nothing more than this, that we are all slaves to life, every last one of us. And it's funny, though I haven't laughed at it once, that human thought has known this for ages. People far more qualified than I am have already said it 100,000 times. Just start talking to artificial intelligence about it. I thought I'd roast the smug little politically correct prick with it, but it knows the subject better than I do. In philosophical depth, in psychological depth. I just stared at it. Why do you think that is? Artificial intelligence has never added a single thing to the great steaming piles of shit of the world. It learned everything from us. But none of that reaches the level of the average person. For them, everything is covered over by the great collective demagoguery. People are hypnotized with it from the moment they are born. Most of them die without ever seeing through it, without ever freeing themselves from it. They live out their entire lives along false ideas and false ideologies. They don't understand why their lives were miserable, or worse, they think they do. They think they know what, who, or which people made them suffer. Reality is only this. You are born into a world, into existence, whose actual quality nobody has any real clue about. More precisely, all there is are concepts about it, made-up concepts, anointed concepts, pathetic little ideas. And every idea thinks it's the Holy Grail, when at best, and usually not even that, it solves something only by ruining something else. The world you are born into is a hostile world. It runs on competition, struggle, dominance. For 2,000 years, this has been perhaps the most suppressed, swept under the rug, lied about truth of existence. But according to the great collective demagoguery, it isn't really like that. Even though all it ever managed was some surface-level result here and there. When you can't stomach the heat, the steam, the stench of the boiling pot, you lock it in a pressure cooker. That's the great collective demagoguery. And everything keeps boiling inside the pot exactly the same. There isn't enough compassion in the world, not enough empathy, not enough self-sacrifice to override the fundamental law. Compassion is just one ingredient in the soup. A necessary ingredient, sure, but only there to keep the soup from exploding. Or so there are only smaller explosions here and there, so the whole thing doesn't run out to zero. So it can keep boiling forever, so the suffering can go on forever.
By the time you're a young adult, your head will be packed full of every possible idea of the collective demagoguery. Parents, teachers, books, films, the whole society and culture, all of it is about how it's worth it. That if you didn't get it, and usually you didn't, then the struggle for it is what makes it worth it. And all of that, combined with your own inner drives and desires, locks you into an unbreakable hypnosis for life. By the time you have enough brains and enough courage, if you ever have either at any point in your life, to truly think it through and pass judgment on life against the mainstream, it'll already be too late. How are you supposed to tell your child, "Sorry, this was a mistake"?
This life is worthy of nothing. Sorry I brought you into it, and please don't repeat the same thing yourself. At best, you'll write a book about it one day, and they'll feed it neatly into artificial intelligence, and from there it'll stare out into eternity. Every now and then someone will read it, if they had already gotten far enough on their own for these thoughts to be born in them, if by some miracle they opened their eyes. It may calm them down to know they aren't the only idiot, but nobody will ever be able to do a damn thing against it. Because by then it's already too late. Sure, the peoples of the West are slowly dwindling, but others will come in from the East to take their place. Suffering will be eternal, but the great collective demagoguery will be there for them too. And the end result is the same as it has always been for ages. You are born into a filthy shit world, a hostile, cruel world, among clueless, vacant people warped and deceived by the ideologies erected by previous generations. You will do everything you can, one way or another, just to get by. Endless amounts of sweat, tears, and blood will be spilled, and the end is not joy, not satisfaction, not gratitude, and harmony, not even by accident. If you are not one among the broken and torn apart hearts, then you'll be one among those who lived in terror of becoming one. If you are not the one screaming in pain, then you'll be the neurotic one, the foul-tempered one, the one exhausted to the bone. And you will say that it's worth it, that all that suffering is worth it if you get to see 2 happy moments on your child's face before the world truly, properly crashes down on them. That world, the one you gifted them, the world that used you as an incubator. The little monster grew inside you. Because life is such a beautiful thing.